Hello, everyone. Still on this tax issue for us all to understand, what is going on because it seems as if a lot of people are not getting it. For a very long time, I really wasn't speaking on the tax issue afterward because it's not my area of strength. I really don't know. Like, okay, the experts let them, go ahead and focus on it and do. That's why I really didn't speak much on tax, but I knew that just taxing people without giving enabling environment for work for people to be able to thrive and earn money for them to now, gladly pay tax. It's a no. It's not going to work. Also, taxing people without putting commensurate amount of work in terms of infrastructure, protecting their lives and property, good healthcare system, free, good quality education, and all of that. Was also not going to work. But a lot of people are breaking down these tax for those of us who don't understand it very well. Like this person, Dr. Dr. O. Ikena says, let me tell you guys what this means. He's talking about the tax. Because here, there was something that they say, according to the reported forged tax law, this is the one that they forged, that they added on top. FIRS gave itself the power to create its own police to arrest, investigate, and sell tax defaulters' assets without court order. That is, if FIRS just feels that, oh, you've defaulted they don't even need to feel. You don't even need to default. They just felt that you defaulted. Or maybe there's one of them that is your neighbor and then you made him angry. You people were working while all your children had an issue. You know that kind of fight. I don't know. Although this kind of estate where everybody's door is locked, it doesn't do that. But you see those I face me, ghetto kind of life. You just be sitting here. Children will go and fight before you know something. It has turned to parents fighting parents. Children will be blowing children, parents will be blowing parents and all of that. But just imagine that something comes up and then you have a misunderstanding with maybe an FIRS person, and then the next thing they're just going to look at and concoct that, oh, you evaded some tax. That house that you have, share is because you have house, you are their neighbor, that's why you are doing anyhow. They will not say that you've not paid tax. They will come and use their police, come and carry or call police to act on their behalf, come to your house, take over your house, collect everything, put it on auction, sell it. They will drive you out without having to go to court. That is how bad it is. Imagine that kind of power in people's hand. Hey! Especially people like Tinubu's people. Hey! So it says, this person said, Dr. O. Ikena says, let me tell you guys what this means. If you have a choice property in Lagos, Benin, Abuja, it is, and any of Tinubu's, the word he says are not nice. In short, I can't even repeat them, but think of very bad one. He say, likes it. They will simply call Taiwo Oyedele and forge some documents that you evaded tax. Forgery are people that forge law. Is there anything they will not forge? Tinubu forged certificate. He even said he finished from a school. At the time he finished, the school had not even started. So what is it that they cannot forge again? His boys, of course, those ones that will add Jara on top. If they forge law, which is currently what they are doing now, they definitely will forge documents and say that you evaded tax. Since they have their own police, they will immediately move in on your asset and sell it off to themselves. Before you say Jack, your black ass is in the kirikiri for tax evasion. When you get out and go to court, Tinubu's forged judiciary will teach you further lessons. Now, if you finally get a heart attack from the injustice, there will be no hospitals to save you. Nigerians, if we don't rise, Tinubu and gang of forgers will bring more pestilence on us all. It is really Tinubu and gang of forgers. That's the key word. And this is what he's saying to tell us that, look, this thing is not going to be easy. Someone here says, I'm actually waiting for 2026 to come. Nigeria will explode. When this exploitation tax reform starts, most Nigerians don't know what's in their front yet until it starts to take effect. What will happen in response to this tax reform will be more bigger than NSAS. That is what he says. And then Dr. O says, hopefully Nigerians wake up. And Oguntoki Ayo Damola says, may God give Tinubu the strength to enact any policy that will spark and reset Nigeria needs. And funny how I was explaining this shit to my friend minutes ago or for me to come online and see this. He say LMAO doesn't take a genius to see where all this is headed. No to these taxes vehemently, because at the end of the day, it's for them to be able to pack all the choice properties that we see. See what happened the other time. You see this Lagos Calabar coastal highway that they went to destroy somebody's property worth over $400 million. Landmark, the landmark beach resort that they've been building for years. All for them at the end of the day to come and now say that, oh, did something, they've done another this thing, and another check-in, verification project, whatever analysis, and now they are not going to pass through that place, but they destroyed it. Even when people were saying to them, why don't you start this movement instead of starting from the Lagos road? Why don't you start the coastal road from the Calabar end? So by the time you are getting to the Lagos end, these businesses will be able to park themselves in a way that it's not affecting them as abruptly as that way. They didn't hear. And there are quite a number of reports to say that they have been eyeing that particular property where it is. So imagine all the choice properties that are all over the country. There will be some of Tinubu and his gang of forgers will not be eyeing people's properties and say, this property, that property. It's not even just the Tinubu. Like I told you at the beginning of all this to say, even the people who work in FIRS, you have issue with all, they will be eyeing some of your property. Before you know something, they will start selling them to themselves. That is where they are starting from right now. Nigerians, like I told you, people were not paying attention. Aisha is too this, Aisha is too that. You see that national anthem, that was where they started. They tested the ground with that, and a whole lot more. They've been using it to keep the people subdued. If you allow this to happen, everybody we hear it. There are quite a number of people also that have been explaining, this whole tax issue. There's a particular lady that she also have gone on to do a lot of explanation. I'm just trying to find her handle. Yes. Okay, so let me just see another thing that she has said. She had said a lot. Here she said, here is what every Nigerian needs to know about the tax alteration, the legal implication, and what they mean for every taxpayer. Nigeria's 2025 tax laws were passed by National Assembly. However, a month away from implementation, key provisions were discovered to be different from what National Assembly approved. There are substantive changes that expanded government powers, removed oversight, and altered obligation of taxpayers. In a democracy, what the National Assembly passes is what becomes law. When somebody different appears after, it raises serious legal issues. He said she's talking about one of the most significant changes is the introduction of arrest power that were not approved by the National Assembly. What lawmakers agreed to was the tax authorities could investigate and suspend tax violation. Another major change, she says, that tax authorities can now seize and sell movable property without first obtaining high court order. She says in Nigeria, courts exist to protect citizens from abuse and to ensure that property is not taken arbitrarily. Another troubling alteration is the removal of oversight by the National Assembly. In the versions passed by NAS, the tax authority was required to submit quarterly and annual reports to the National Assembly and to appear before NAS when summoned. So now, what they are saying is that nobody can check them. They are the alpha and omegas of the country. They can do and undo. Hey! The alteration also quietly widened the tax net, she said. Let me just stop here.